What's going on, everyone? This is Token Gaijin here with your scrub play of the day here on Scrubcraft. Today I'm going to be bringing you a Terran and Protoss team up with my boy Deathwraith against a Protoss team. Now, I will admit this is you're gonna see some still rusty play with Terran. Terran is my rustiest race by far. I don't know what it is about Terran, but my macro and micro just I don't know what it is. Like, I build the right units, but my macro and micro just suffer a lot. So I'm still trying to get used to getting good with Terran. A lot of people go, Terran are the easiest race. Well, yeah, they're versatile. They're really easy to play as, but like, I just don't have a Terran mindset, man. I don't know what it is, but every time I do their builds, I just feel like I feel so limited. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because Terrans build their units the slowest. Like, they just, like, Zerg, you just pump them out like crazy. Protoss, you just warp them in. So I think it's just that build time that really gets me with Terran. Like, I just don't like that build time, so it's really hard for me to get used to, but I'm getting better. So it was a random Protoss match, because I am still continuing to do random. So Deathwraith is going to go poke out and see what we're dealing with. And once he spots, like, he just gets here and he says, we got two Protoss. I mean, he's been playing Protoss enough to know that this is two Protoss. We're just like, alright, two Protoss. It's Marauder time. But I already got this bunker down, or barracks down, so we have to move it. That's just a misplay on my part. Doing it just in case we get Zerglings, and then I always move it just in case. But we don't really need to worry about that because it's double Protoss. So a wall is really not necessary, so I'm going to go out for Marauder play. And Marauders, everyone just goes, why Marauders, why? But, I mean, if you've ever been a Protoss player, you know, Marauders just turn toss to goo. I really don't need Marine Marauder. I can just do Marauders and push out early and just wreck their shit. I mean, if they go air, I'm going to have some troubles, and that actually happens, but I got a Protoss partner to back me up, so I really don't need to worry about just a straight-up air game from them, because, I mean, Protoss, bread and butter against other Protoss, you just go for Stalkers. You can go for Zealots, but I mean, with a Terran ally like me, and they don't know who I am, which is kind of funny. They haven't scouted what I am yet. They're just going to go for some cannons. They're just like, alright, well, if it's Zerg, we want to just make sure, but I don't know if they thought I was Zerg or if they just didn't know what I was and were just freaking out prematurely, but cannons were something they really didn't need to go for. I really just not needed. I mean, we're not going for an early just straight up gank on their wall. But, you know, whatever. So I'm gonna move my racks because I don't need it there anymore. I'm gonna get this tech lab down. I'm gonna get another tech lab down. I'm gonna get my refinery out, and once this tech lab is built, I'm going to start building Marauders and getting that concussive shell out. I'm not going to go for stim until I get Medivacs out, because a lot of people just go, oh, why not get stim? It's just like, well, Marauders are just strong enough on their own. You really don't need to worry about it too much. Especially, and you'll see why in a second, like, I really don't need stim pack to get that double boost damage, because instead of getting out stim pack for it in the early game, I'm actually just going to, you know, tech up my Marauders normally, and I'm going to get that engineering bay out. And the reason I want to get that engineering bay out is simple, because stim pack is great, but it lowers your health. I don't want to take that risk. So it's just a lot nicer and easier for me to just get out attack upgrades on the Marauders, because custom shell attack upgrades, like, I'm fine. I'm going to have the stronger and better unit anyway in the early game. So I need to start getting these supply depots out, because I am supply blocked. Like I said, Protoss, or not Protoss, Terran is my worst race. Like, I'm just so slow to think. Like, if I concentrate too much on getting my buildings down, I always forget about my supply. If I concentrate too much on my macro is just gone. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just, it's my scrubbiest damn race. I am trying to get better with it. I promise you. I play more practice matches as Terran than anything else. So hopefully some damn time soon, I'll be able to bring you some quality Terran gameplay. But I mean, my Terran gameplay is helping us win still, so I don't know why my scrubbiness is still working, but it is. So we're going to see, looking at our Protoss, and we actually scouted them moving their probes down here. I sent out a sacrificial SCV, just to, you know, poke and make sure. So it looks like the purple is going for just troops. He's getting the, you know, standard. He's got a forge out too, but he's not really doing anything with it. So I really don't know why he's got a forge too. This is just too much. Too much with the Forge, and these are Gold League players. Like, so I don't know what their mindset is. I mean, we checked them out. They're Gold League players. They're not terrible. So why are they doing this? I don't really know. They're overcommitting, and Cannon's here. He's going for the fast expand. So he's probably going to be going air. Probably the blue is going to be going air. When you spot something like this, if you spot a Forge in the gateway and you just saw him like trying to get that fast expand, you know the air is coming, because I mean, really, this is just way too much overcommitted into air minerals, and he's going to be trying to save that gas up for something. He's not even really getting the gas right now, just getting pylons and cannons out. So really, he's just overcommitting to this cannon cheese, especially, I mean, it's at the 6-minute mark. He's got a lot of cannons out, but, I mean, dear Lord, dude. I mean, 2 cannons and some troops, you'd be fine. Cannons are annoying. I mean, I got a lot of marauders out, but a little bit too much of a commitment. So I got my double gas out now. I'm getting my attack upgrade down because I want to get upgraded attack, and I'm getting a nice stream of marauders out. You can go. I'm getting my factory out because I want to get tanks out. You can go for 3 racks into marauders, but I want to get some tanks out so that way I can just hit up a siege line outside and just trap them in. That really doesn't end up happening because, I mean, they just go all over the damn place, and you'll see what happens. I mean, they're just I don't even know. They're just on the move. And, I mean, a lot of this build, like all these cannons, might catch someone else off guard, especially on such a small map. It's really easy to defend your bases on this map. So, I mean, cannons like this usually would work on this map, but his partner is not... Yeah, we're scouting again. His partner is not getting enough production out. He's only got 2 gate into a robo, so 2 gate robo is not just going to get the troops out needed to help back up these cannons. If he's just going straight stalker, he'd be in a lot better position. So I'm just like, screw it. I'm going to keep building my Marauder Ball. We're going to hit very soon. Go out and at least poke, if not hit. And Deathwraith's got his expansion already coming down. Got his troops defending it. And see, these troops would be fine defending it. He doesn't need all those damn cannons. So I already know he's got an expansion here. I poked out, Deathwraith poked out with something. And they've got an observer on the way, but it really doesn't matter. And I'm just going to... I already know he's got a base here. We know what's happening. And he's ticking up to nothing right now. We know it's going to be voids. Because, I mean, it's always goddamn voids when you just see this many cannons. But, looks like he's trying to check out what he wants to tech up to. I mean, I've just got this massive Marauder Ball here. I'm getting my expansion down. So even if his friend does poke out what they have, he's not going to be able to do anything. And we know that the light blue doesn't have any units, really, to speak of. Unless he's just going for straight-up sentries. Because his minerals are all locked down in these cannons. I mean, look. 150, 150, 150, 150. I mean... 150, 150, 150. I mean, these are basically building gateways over here just for all his defense that he's not really needing. So, at this moment, it's just so much of a gluttonous waste. I mean, come on, Goldie. If you're a Gold League player, you know that this is just a bad idea. Well, I mean, you know, to each his own, do what you want. I mean, we're going to take advantage of it. So I'm going to get some tanks out. And I'm not going to send them with our initial force. And the reason being is I want to actually get tanks out in the front just to guard our base in case they try to do a sneak attack or a revenge attack, which can happen. So this tank's just going to be chilling until this siege gets down. I want to keep building these supply depots, getting my next base saturated once it's built, and just continue to re-up on Marauders. And I'm going to swing around here while Deathwraith attacks from the high ground. But we see these cannons going down, and we're just like, oh, dude, we do not want this to come down. So instead of waiting for each other to be like next, we're just like, screw it, attack. But I mean, the timing is perfect. We don't need anything. And it's Marauders with concussion shell, attack +1. I'm just going to wreck these cannons. There's nothing he's going to be able to do. These toss are just turning them into goo. Just pushing and pushing and pushing. We don't want to hit that ramp because they've got too much vision, and we don't have any. And he is getting these goddamn stupid ass Stargates out. So he's going for those voids. And we also got, it looks like right here, yeah, you see, like, they got vision, and they got too many cannons and detection for us to really get an observer out to try and get anything. I could get a scan down, but scans only last for a couple seconds, so we're just gonna stop their expansion. If they're just stuck in this base without the ability to keep teching up and pushing out, you know, get some siege tanks over here, which I'm gonna try to do in a little bit, we're gonna be fine. So we're gonna hit this base now, because I mean his friend's expansion is just gone. He just put way too many minerals into that, and it's failed. I've already got an expansion up. Don't really need to worry about it. I'm re-upping my Marauders. I got 2 tanks at my base, and we're just gonna hit. So I'm gonna hit. We're trying to get these damn cannons out because these cannons are just wrecking our day, especially these voids. And I can't deal with these voids. I keep telling Deathwraith, like, dude, I need you to get these voids out of the way. But these cannons are wrecking his day, so I'm like, you know what? I'll break these rocks and go try to deal with the cannons. Just please, for the love of God, kill these voids. This is exactly what we're doing. I'm going to hit the pylon first. I don't know how many pylons he's got powering these cannons. We get the one down, the other one's down. And this void just continues to wreck my shit. So I'm just going to keep pushing and trying to get these cannons out. Deathwraith is fighting his troops over here. So we're, you know, this void is wrecking my day, but it's going to take him a while to kill these Marauders, and I'm going to come to help Deathwraith out. The reason being is I'm going to have a lot easier time against these Stalkers. I cannot fight these voids. So even though we've lost a young units, they really don't have anything to deal with the few units we have. I mean, we have units at our base. We have a conga line of stalkers just coming to help us again. And I've already just taken out another cannon. I'm hitting these stalkers. And this void is wrecking my shit. But I'm already still moving down, trying to hit these pylons out, stopping this void production. Because this void production is what's wrecking my day. I got more marauders over here. And I'm getting more marauders at my base and getting some tanks. And I'm going to start pushing out again. But right now, Deathwraith is holding us down because I'm trying to get the second base up. Deathwraith has the base up a little bit more. It's a lot easier for me to get stalkers out faster. And these two marauders are going to die, unfortunately, by these stalkers. But I'm going to go over here. I know there's cannons over here. I see that there's cannons. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to attack your line from this direction. There's no reason to overcommit to hitting these cannons. There's just two marauders out. I mean, we got an immortal on the way. We got a lot of marauders at our base and some tanks. And even though he's been going into void waves, we just killed his void production. He's going to be trying to get these damn pylons out. And I'm just like, nope, not going to happen. So he's going to continue to try and get these damn pylons out to try and get his voids back up. Because he knows I have no counter to voids. And that's really what he's been trying to do. His purple friend is just so badly just trying to hang on. He's got 3 stalkers. I mean, he's got these fences up, so it'd be kind of a pain in the ass, especially with the troops we've lost, but to do anything about it. Well, my Marauder, yeah, look at him. Just beasting that cannon by himself. Going to the red. And we're just going to destroy these Stargates. Make it show he cannot get these Stargates out. I'm going to go hit this cannon finally so we can cut into space. It looks like Blue has decided to move all of this shit over here. He's decided to expand again because, I mean, out of his one base, he's not going to be able to do anything. He does not have any production. We destroyed all of his production. So we're just going to try and trap him out now. We didn't see that he got over here, unfortunately. So if we had done early scouting and seen that, we would have known that just to hit that, we would have been game over. But unfortunately, these assholes are going to hang out a little bit longer, so we're going to have to deal with it. So I'm going to drop down 2 more refineries, get out some missile turrets because I know I don't have any anti-air out right now. I'm just relying completely on Deathwraith stalkers. And that's kind of a risky move, just going for tanks. And we got a couple siege tanks right here, and I'm really not using, but I'm about to just roll them the fuck out. Autobots, let's go. There's no reason. I'm just like, oh, fire. Come on now. Get down, supply depot. Now, I'm also getting out another rack, so I'm going to get on a Stargate soon. But really, we're just in the clear. I mean, I've got some anti-air at my base, so if it's really that big of a problem, Deathwraith can get some stalkers out. I mean, we know he can't produce voids in an overwhelming number, so really not too concerned. I'm going to try to get my tanks out here and get a nice siege line going down. Unfortunately, that's not going to work out so well because this damn Kalos out, and Kalos are just mean motherfuckers. And it looks like the purple is committed to just getting out those ground forces to try and deal with ours. And his partner is going straight to voids, and once again, just building way too many guys. What the fuck? Like, dear Lord in heaven, look at this spacing, too. This is terrible. If I got some siege tanks and got some vision into this, with scans, I could just wreck this siege line this cannon line all goddamn day. So he's really not playing it smart. He's just overcommitting to this damn cannon line. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to work out for him in defensive-wise, but he's transferring way too many damn probes. And his purple partner has literally not expanded until now. He needed to get that expansion out while we were fucking his friend over. He should have known that his friend was just not going to be able to deal with any of this. And should have just been like, you know what, I need to expand and get my troops up myself. But since he's been just concentrating on pumping out troops, and while his friend lost everything, he just doesn't have enough in the economy to deal with much. So unfortunately, he does catch me a little off guard, but the siege tanks do go down. I lose all of them. He just tries to focus them down. But I mean, before he definitely gets in, like, look at all the damage the siege tanks that these stalkers do. So we're gonna hit him, but like we're not gonna try to hit that base because I mean, really, there's too many cannons right now. We just want to keep containing them. And we know their economy is just going to run out. So, I mean, you really don't have to overcommit and lose a lot. I mean, a lot of people just go, that just drags the game on, but it's just like, you know what? Like, if they do have other bases, I'd rather deal with those as opposed to just hitting this main if this main has now become useless. And especially since, I mean, just like making them wait it out with no economy, it's just kind of more fun and satisfying sometimes because you're just watching them starve. They have nothing they can do about it. So I'm going to be getting out more Marauders, more tanks, more everything. Just trying to get out my production re-upping. My rally points aren't really set because, like I said, my macro is just horrid with Terran. Like, my Terran is my worst race. And it looks like he's going straight back to Voids. I don't know why. Voids are not working for you, man. They just really aren't. I mean, even though, yes, I do only have Marauders, I can make Marines just as fast. Do these Voids. I'm going off of Rack's play. And I am going to be getting out double Starport so I can get out some Medivacs. Finally, I know my Medivacs are a little late, but I've been too preoccupied just trying to stop their expansions, which is a little bit more important than healing my troops. It's more important to cock block an opponent as opposed to just getting out the right troop allotment. Because, I mean, if they don't have anything to deal with you, you're fine. Like, just keep up that pressure. you're going to be we're in a far better position because of it than we would have if I just like turned straight to medevacs. But I'm going to try and get out medevacs and Vikings, get reactors down. That's all I really need. And we're going to push up and we're going to take up the space. And purple is just screwed right now. I mean, he has nothing to do with us at all. We've already destroyed his troops again. I mean, he's getting some stalkers out and some Kalos. But I mean, it's just not much he can deal with. Hitting these up, and these voids are going to be a problem. But they hit us from behind, and Deathwraith decides to hit the back, which is not smart. We do a misclick right here. It really should have been me dealing with him, and it says as opposed to the opposite, because they're going to take out my goddamn tank. And I was like, Deathwraith, what are you doing, bro? I will take care of that Protoss if he hits again. I need your help. But he just loves killing Kalos, so he just got a little overzealous. And it's just, you know, we're fine about it, but you got to make sure you don't do the wrong thing. That was kind of bad on our part. And it's kind of scrubby of us, but you know, we're still going to live. We're taking out these cannons. All the cannons are gone. And these stalkers are just going to start mobbing up these voids. He's targeting on my marauders, and that's fine. My marauders he can target all damn day, but it's not going to really help him out. He needs to get these stalkers out of the way. He just can't do it. Does not have the commitment to it. And his cannons, I'm just going to start hitting from the back of the line, slowly sniping it. I mean, with attack upgrades on the way, just continuing to upgrade my attack, continuing to just blast his way. I could have sieged my tank up. Really no need to, because I mean it's just the GG. This tank is rapid firing. I've still got more marauders and more tanks coming out, and I was about to just get these Vikings and these medevacs out. So really, I mean, there's just no reason really for me to tech switch or do anything, or even worry about it too much, because I mean, Deathwraith is also hitting him from this side too. So I mean, really, we were just hitting them from every damn angle, and we were just denying them, and that's exactly what you do. And when you're in a position where you can see another person turtling up, if they spot that you're Terran, they're expecting you to turtle up. Like every time you play Terran, your opponent's probably going to be thinking in their head, you're going to probably turtle. Because most Terran do turtle. They're just sitting there and like, all right, I'll just build a wall. But I mean, if you're fighting Protoss, there's no need. I mean, if I'm fighting Zerg, yes, I'm going to turtle. I'm going to make a wall so I can't get those damn speedling run-ins and things like that. I usually only wall in if I am fighting a Zerg. And we planned for it because we were fighting a random, and that's why I had to move my racks, because we weren't fighting a Zerg. We didn't need this wall off, so that's why I'm building everything over here. I'm not overcommitting to this wall. I don't really need to. And I'm just making the units that I need to do. And I'm making units for an early push because the thing about Terran is pressure is key. If you keep pressure up as Terran, your opponents aren't going to be doing anything. Because, I mean, you get those siege tanks, which I just did a horrid job. I just had a horrid experience with the siege tanks today. Unfortunately, because those damn Kalos and the stalkers sniped them there. And then those voids sniped them when my only anti-air, my friend Deathwraith, left me to die. So my tanks just kept dying. It was really sad that they were just wasted like that. But, I mean, if you get to the mid-game, after we push these bases, what I was trying to do, before he spotted me and hit me, was get these siege tanks just right here. Because if you siege them in their own base, like, what are they going to do? Unless they get air out, and if you build, like I was actually going to build, and I didn't get time to do it because my siege tanks were all killed. I was actually going to build missile turrets between my siege tanks. Why? Because then I'm just building an Protoss perimeter around your base. I mean, your ground troops are just going to get hit by that siege line. I'm going to have detection. Your air troops are just going to have a really hard time. And I can just move my marauders around and just wreck their day. And if Deathwraith just builds zealots in front of the line, I just need something to soak up the damage. I don't need anything. I don't need stalkers. I don't need immortals. I just need, some zealots, some fodder units. Put some marines out in front of it if I felt like it. I would have been fine. Because, I mean, that's really what Terran excel at sometimes in the mid-game. It's just trapping people in their bases, not allowing that to expand. And if you deny the expansions as Terran, you're going to have a really good time. I mean, look at this. Too many Marauders for them to deal with. And we built a really good unit. I built everything to counter the ground, and Deathwraith was concentrating on hitting the air. He got a few Immortals up because of the cannons. And a lot of people say, oh, Immortals are just, for ground units. Why was he building that if he's going straight air? The reason being is, he doesn't need Archons. Archons are nice against Voids, but, I mean, Stalkers are just far better, especially with Blank and Tech Up. And anything that the purple Protoss is building, I mean, Toro, he could build anything all he wants, but if I'm just going to have a mass of tanks and Marauders like this, I'm just going to turn him to goo. Unless he starts just building straight up Immortal. But even if he does that, I already outproduce him. I can produce a lot faster than him. All these Marauders out, so I'm just in a really good position. I have the ground game. Deathwraith has anti-air, and we have enough to deal with them. Anyway, that's going to be the game. I hope you nerds enjoyed. See you next time.